Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this 3D applique you can see on the screen, and how I also cut out the other lace applique. So this is a continuation of the video I'm doing on how to sew this particular style. I've gone over how to draft the pattern, how to sew the piece, and how to cut the standing sleeve. So this is the video on how to do the 3D applique. So what I'm going to need for this, we're going to need organza. I'm using purple organza for this. Then we're going to need crinoline mesh. Then we're also going to need hemming gum for this. We're also going to be needing glue for this. And then I have some stones which I intend to use, and this as well. So for this one, I just cut them into little strings to use, and then I might also end up using some pearls on this as well. So I have pearls in here, and that's basically what the materials that we're going to be needing. So the first thing we're going to be working with is the crinoline polyester and the purple organza. So what I want to do is fuse this organza and this crinoline together, and to do this I'm going to use the hemming gum. So this organza is going to be attached to the crinoline on both sides, but first let's do the first side. So I'm just going to arrange my hemming gum on the crinoline polyester like this and pin it down so that it doesn't move out of place. You can see how I'm making sure that there's no space in between the hemming gum. So this is what I have, and I'm just going to arrange my organza on it. You can see that even when I shaked the crinoline, it did not move out of place. So that's what you want to make sure that you have. Okay, I'm just going to place my organza over this and iron it down using steam. So you have to make sure that you put a fabric over this so that you will not burn your organza. Okay, so I'm going to just cut out what I need. First of all, place my organza on it and also trim this out, then iron it down. So this is what it looks like after ironing it down. Some people can actually go ahead and use this like this, but I prefer to put the organza on both sides. So this is the side that I've already ironed to the crinoline. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. I'm just going to repeat the same process I did the first time. I'll arrange my hemming gum all the way to the end of this crinoline, and then I'll place the organza on it and iron it out, making sure that this is well arranged, because if you don't make this straight when you iron it, it's going to show. Okay, it's going to show, and you don't want that on your applique. So take your time when ironing this out. This is what it looks like after I've finished ironing it. You can see that it's looking very fine on both sides and the color is popping. So the next thing I'm going to do now is draw out the design that I want for this applique. I just want a simple petal design, simple flower design for this. So I'm just going to draw out one petal. Okay, and I think I got it right on the first try. So I'm just going to cut this out. You can do any design you want: zigzag stitch, leaf shape, I said zigzag stitch, zigzag shape, leaf shape, heart shape, whatever shape you want, but this is the one that I'm going with. So I'm just going to cut this first of all in 5 places using the brown paper, so that I can have a visual of how it's going to look like if I cut this on my organza, so I will not waste the organza fabric. So it's looking good so far. I think this is okay, so I'm just going to work with this. So what I'm going to do is trace this out on the organza and crinoline that are fused together. I'm going to cut as many as I need. Okay, and after that we move on to the next step. So this is what I have over here. I'm just testing out different ways that I can arrange the petals to form the applique that I want. So you can actually go ahead and use this the way it is without stoning it at all. You can just put a pearl or a stone in the middle. But if you want to do it like that, you have to have like a base for the petal to rest on. So you have to cut out this little thing that I'm cutting here, and then you place the petal on it like this. Okay, and then you just put the stone in the middle and you have your applique. But that's not what I'm going for. That's just me showing you guys an alternative. So what I want to do is stone this. I'm going to apply my glue around the petal and the edge, and then arrange this string like stone. I don't know what it is actually called. So what I showed you guys at the beginning of this video that I cut out, I'm going to arrange this on it. I'm doing two at a time so that I'll give the glue a little time to dry a bit before adding the stone to it. So this is just me arranging it, and because the string is not very flexible, I have to cut it at some point so that I can arrange it properly on the curved edge of this petal. So I'm going to repeat this process for all of the appliques that I'm going to be cutting out. So this is everything that I have done so far, and I feel like this is going to be enough for what I want. Look at how it's shining. I'm not even using like the best stone for this. The one I would actually recommend is the stone that comes individually, or cup chain. That's the one that will actually like shine more and will give it a more luxurious look compared to the one I'm using actually, but as per budget. So I'm just letting you guys know. So this is just me arranging everything, just having a visual of what I want. So now the next thing that we're going to do is sew this together. So I'm going to be folding this inwards like this to like mimic the way a petal would look like. Okay, so that's how I'm going to fold it when I'm sewing it together. I've gone ahead to do some of this off camera so you guys can see the way it's looking like, right? So let's sew this last one together. I'm going to fold this inward like this. I'm using a needle and thread for this. I'm using big needle and I doubled the thread for this. I'm going to grab this and fold it inwards like this and just pass my needle through it, making sure that I tack it very firm before adding the next petal to it. So just pay attention to the way I am sewing this together. I feel like you'll be able to understand it more by watching what I'm doing. So I'm actually joining this together by making sure that I've sewn one of the petals properly while it is folded, and then I'll sew one to the other. That is, I'm going to pass the needle from one of the petals to the other one, as you can see me doing, and I'm just going to repeat the process. So after securing the both of them together, I'll go ahead and tack the third petal together, folding it in and sewing it tight. Then I'll pass the needle through all three of the petals together. Then I'll do the fourth one, pass the needle through the four of them, do the fifth one, pass the needle through all five of them, and then I'll drag it very tight, and this will give the flower effect. This is what it looks like after I'm done with it. So next thing that I'm going to do is add the stone that I'm going to put at the center of this. I decided to use this stone instead of the pearl which I showed earlier in this video. So to glue this to the flower, I'm just going to pop my gum in the center like this and then place the stone on top. And then also make sure that I put a little bit of glue around it to secure it. And I'm just going to leave this to dry. I left mine to dry overnight to make sure that it is very secure before I attach this to my sleeve. So I'm just going to add the stone for the rest of the appliques which I did earlier. And that's basically all for this 3D applique. This is a very simple, beginner friendly design. I'm definitely going to do more in the future, but this is the only one that I've done for now. So if you want to see more videos like this, just subscribe to my channel because I always share sewing tutorials here, and I still have a lot of videos pending which I'm going to upload soon. So this is the other applique that I'm going to use for the corset gown that I am making. I don't have a soldering iron. Actually, when I was making this video, when I did this style, I didn't have a soldering iron, so I used my scissors instead. I knew that I could use my scissors to cut this out since the applique is on mesh and mesh don't pull out, so I can work with it. So this is what everything looked like, and I'm going to attach this to my dress. Okay, and this is what it looks like after I pinned everything down. If you want to attach an applique to a dress, it's better to pin it down and have a visual of what you are doing before you actually go ahead and start putting glue on it. So just take note of that. So that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Bye.